In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Samsung Galaxy Tablet S8 and why it can be your main computer. Let's get into it. The Galaxy Tab S8 is an 11-inch tablet that features a crispy 1080p touchscreen. It comes with a rechargeable stylus known as the S Pen, which is just as good as the Apple Pencil, if not better, because of the additional features that it has that the Apple Pencil doesn't. Onto why it can be your main computer or your next computer. The first thing to talk about is the multitasking. You have basic split screen with up to 3 apps on the screen at the same time, all functional and resizable. And then you have floating windows, which you can manipulate just like you would on Windows or on Mac OS and move them around anywhere on the screen. You can minimize them, you can maximize them. And then you have the taskbar, which you can quickly go between apps just with the tap of the screen, or you can tap and hold and drag the app onto whichever side of the screen you want to put it, and it will enter into split screen in that orientation depending on where you put it. And then you can also drag it to the middle and that will start floating windows. And then in addition to those two things that add to your multitasking experience, you also have the side panel. This has been a feature on Samsung devices for many years now, but it's just so nice and it's been refined over the years. With the side panel, it opens up another tray of apps, which you can also customize. From there, you can either tap to open it, or you can set it to tap to automatically go into split screen if you have another app on the screen. Or you can tap and hold and enter split screen that way, or floating windows that way as well. And you can have different app pairs and different apps that you want to quickly access from anywhere on the tablet. And then when you're in split screen, you can also save app pairs, which means that you can quickly launch a group of apps in the specific orientation that it's in whenever you want. This tablet also supports external displays. So let's say you have a computer screen or a TV, you can quickly connect it to this tablet and it will display out onto that. And there's something called Samsung DeX, which is basically like a computer interface. So when you connect the external display, you can have a whole computer interface. It will take up the whole screen, which unlike the iPads, emulates a desktop experience. And you can open floating windows, you can open full screen apps, do whatever you want in that space. And then you can still continue to use the tablet on the side, or you can mirror the screen and do the same things on the tablet and show it on the screen. So you have a lot of flexibility in terms of multitasking and just using an external display. And then there's also S Pen Glance. You can basically have another app set aside in the corner and then do whatever you want. And then you can quickly hover your S Pen over the app and then it will show on the full screen. You can interact with the app, whatever it is, and then go back to your other app. So let's say you're somebody who's drawing. You can have a reference image on the side and then you can quickly slide over and glance at it. And then as soon as you move your S Pen away, that will minimize and you're back in your app that you were in. So you could be drawing, glance at your reference image or something like that, and then go back. And you can use this in so many different ways. So there's that. Then you have the S Pen floating menu, which you can customize and have different apps set to, quickly launch when you're using your S Pen. So that's another place to be able to access certain apps whenever you want. But yeah, multitasking is a huge aspect of why Samsung's tablets are really good as your main computer, and there's just so much that you can do with it, which is why I spent, a decent amount of time talking about it. You can dislike Samsung software in terms of how it looks or bloatware or whatever it is, but you can't deny all the features. The next reason why this could be your main computer, it's powerful enough to play basically any game on the App Store. You can play Genshin Impact on this, you can play Minecraft. It can play them to the level where it's almost like playing on a console. You can connect a controller and you can just play it. And if you connect to an external monitor, a screen or a TV, then you're playing a full screen game straight off of your tablet with a controller. And when it's a wired connection, there's not really that much lag. It's like barely noticeable depending on who you are, but I think that most people will enjoy the experience if it's a wired connection. That's not even accounted for emulation if that's what you're into, like emulating older systems like GameCube or Wii or PS3. You can do that on this tablet for sure. The next point is that it is powerful enough to edit 4K videos. Now that LumaFusion is on this, LumaFusion is a good video editing app that allows you to edit 4K video. It's on the iPad. iPad users have been using it for years. It is good. It gives you a good amount of desktop features, but on a tablet, and this tablet is capable of editing those videos. And there's not really much lag, there's not really too many issues. It is a newer app. You will run into occasional crashes maybe at the point of recording this video. Sometimes the app does crash, but after hours of usage, you don't lose any of your progress. And then it can run most desktop web apps. The whole Microsoft suite, it can run that in the browser. It can run any Google app in the browser. It has access to multiple browsers like Google Chrome, Firefox, Microsoft Edge, Brave, Samsung Internet. So there's a lot of possibilities. And then I mentioned Samsung DeX earlier, but Samsung DeX allows this tablet to really feel like a laptop or a desktop. It transforms it from this Android user interface into something that reflects a more traditional computer. So you have a taskbar at the bottom, you have a start menu, so to speak, which you can search for apps and open them up. You can have apps on your home screen like a desktop and create folders for them. And then you have your time and your calendar at the bottom right. You have the notifications and all your connections, your Bluetooth, your Wi-Fi, all that stuff is at the bottom in the right, like a normal computer. And then the best thing about Samsung DeX is that it just naturally opens apps in floating windows, and you can manipulate and move the apps anywhere on the screen. And there's just so many different things you can do in Samsung DeX in terms of like multitasking and just being productive. And then when you pair it with the native keyboard that it's compatible with, it really feels like a little laptop that you can interact with and, manipulate and use your fingers, and also use the high quality S Pen that it comes with. The next point is that you can use most accessories that you would normally use on a PC or a laptop. So you can connect your SSD for extra storage. You can connect a Bluetooth mic, just like this one that you see right here. You can connect speakers, you can connect your wired keyboard or wireless with Bluetooth. You can connect your mouse, like literally most accessories that you would use on your PC or computer or laptop, you can connect that to this tablet. Even a MIDI keyboard to like play music, you can use FL Studio Mobile and connect your MIDI keyboard and play a keyboard on this tablet. So all you need is a dongle or a hub, or just something that connects straight into USB-C, and you're good to go. The next point is that it has decent cameras that are good enough. You can record up to 4K. It's perfect for scanning documents quickly. You don't have to, pull out your phone. It's just straight on this device. It will scan the document clear enough. Yeah. Like I said, the cameras are decent. It has a flash, and then you can also, mark up with the S Pen right away. So if you scan a document, you need to write on it, you can do that with the S Pen. And then it has a front-facing camera that is perfectly placed in the middle, just like you would on your laptop. That's something that the iPad Pro does not have, and a lot of other tablets. The camera is kind of placed in a position where it doesn't really make sense if you're somebody who does like a lot of conference calls or online meetings. This tablet is perfect for that, just because of the placement of the camera being dead center or near the center where you're looking. So your eyes are always kind of like looking at the screen and looking at the people who you're conferencing with. And then the next point is that it has access to almost all apps that you would use on your smartphone. So you can literally, social network and watch videos, play games, do all that stuff on your tablet. Sometimes with your laptop, you might want to use a mobile app, but you don't want to use your phone, but you want a bigger screen. This tablet is perfect for the in-between. It can do a little bit of both. The next point is that it has really good speakers. You're not going to really be disappointed when listening to audio from the tablet itself. It's loud enough, it's clear enough, and the quality is pretty decent. It has a decent amount of bass for a mobile device, like more than your phone, 100%. And then the last point is that it's a lot smaller than a laptop and probably more powerful than any laptop you will find around this size. Any 11-inch laptop, this is probably more powerful and can do a lot more than those kind of laptops. I shared a lot of reasons why I think this could be your main computer. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I hope that this gave you some insight and that you enjoyed the video. But that is all for now. We out. Peace.